So, maybe you need to upgrade your ship. Maybe you just finished the story and you're looking to build your nanite bank account. Now, guys, there is no shortage of ways to make nanites in No Man's Sky. There are ways that go from very fast, cheaty ways to other quicker ways. But really, what we're talking about in this video is what is the most fun way to earn nanites. So stick around, watch this to the end, because I'm going to show you what I believe the most fun way to earn nanites, as well as all the different items in the game that you can actually refine into nanites. Alright, so we just warped to a new system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run up here and I'm going to use my freighter scanner. If you don't have one of these, you can use your ship scanner. So here we go. We got 2 planets here. So the next thing I would do is go to the space station. So basically what this method is we're going to be jumping from system to system and hitting each space station in the system, as well as scanning all the planets in the system. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to assume that you're fairly new to the game. So you probably haven't started these missions in the space stations yet. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But these missions can earn you a lot of units and nanites. But what's important about these is they're going to get you down to planets, right? So let's say we take this collect 250 paraffinium mission, right? So now what I would normally do if I was working on grinding up nanites and missions, because you know you're gonna get faction and stuff like that for doing these missions, I would take every mission that they had there pretty much and then go out into the system. So as you were doing missions that you got from the different space stations, you're going to come to lots of different planets because that's where they're going to send you. And what you're going to want to do on these planets is scan stuff. You're going to want to scan everything you can. And the way you make good units doing this is you need to upgrade your scanners. So make sure in your multi-tool here that you have your scanners upgraded. You see how they have the flora reward and the mineral reward? So you're gonna earn a lot of units once you get this upgraded, and especially if you know come to planets like this where you're finding weird animals and stuff like these beetles. I mean, look at that, 137,000 units for just scanning it. So as well as everything we're scanning around here, we can upload all this stuff and get nanites for it. And then what we can also do is we have the option to go to the space anomaly and talk to Woodface and Big Brain, and they will give us more nanites. All right, and let's quickly go through all the different ways you can get nanites and the different items that refine into nanites. So you can find nanites by searching abandoned buildings on planets, uploading your discoveries like I was talking about, discovering all creatures on a planet and claiming their reward in nanites. You get about 2,500 nanites if you get all the animals on a planet. Feeding certain animals, which will lead to a buried object that yields them. Searching damaged machinery, destroying sentinels. This is a good one, guys, because you can just keep fighting the sentinels. You can get those upgrades, and then you can just sell the upgrades for a lot of nanites. Destroying Fredo cargo containers with no resource tag. Reward for completing missions. Okay, now that's mainly what we're talking about in this video. We're talking about doing missions as well as earning nanites at the same time. So a lot of these things could overlap. So you could be doing missions, but, you know, you might also come across a freighter and you damage machinery on the planets and all this stuff. So you can kind of tie it all into one. Okay, selling upgrade modules to technology merchants. This is a great way, guys. Like I was saying, that kind of goes along with destroying sentinels. From certain space encounters, go get a bit of nanites. Through multiple steps of refining, residual goop converts to vicious fluids, to living slime, to runaway mold, to nanites. Now that's a long way to do it. Payment during certain NPC missions. Okay, now all these items refine to nanites. Some are better than others. Runaway mold is 5-to-1 ratio. Now runaway mold can be found on planets that have these balls that are made of runaway mold. And when you blow those balls up, you get a lot of runaway mold. So what you can do is you can actually build yourself a little base when you find a spot like that. So that way you have basically a constant source of a way to refine nanites whenever you need them. Now, platinum, 35 to 1. This is a very, very slow way to make nanites. It can be done. You can do it. You can make platinum from, what is it, silver and copper, I believe, or silver and gold. I can't remember. But yeah, so that's a slow way. Also, platinum, 25 platinum, 15 gold, 15 silver will make 1 nanite. So again, very slow. Hexite and Fascium will make 1. That's also, I wouldn't really recommend it. It's pretty slow. Pugnium, 25 to 1. So if you do decide to fight Sentinels for nanites, which is a good way, because like I said, they drop those upgrades, which you can also sell for nanites, and the Pugnium is 25 to 1, and you will get a lot of this if you fight Sentinels. So this is a pretty good way. Now, larval cores refine. 1 larval core turns into 50 nanites. Now, larval cores can be gotten from whispering eggs that you can find on planets. You can find them on deserted moons. That's probably the easiest way to find them. I made a video about that. I'll link it below. But larval cores, if you can collect a lot of those, and there's a lot of way to get larval cores, they turn into 50. Haddle cores, same thing. You find these underwater. I have a video about that as well. Check that out. And those also turn into 50 nanites. Salvage data, if you didn't know, can also refine it into 15 nanites. So once you finished with the salvage data and you don't need it anymore to buy blueprints and stuff, save it and turn it into nanites. Now, tainted metal is probably the best thing to refine into nanites. With a, 1 tainted metal turns into 2 nanites. But tainted metal can be a little bit hard to come by. Really, to grind a good bit of tainted metal, you're going to be wanting to run derelict freighters. You can get a good bit of tainted metal from those and then refine that into the nanites. Now, the fleshy rope. This was something that came out in an expedition, but it's now back in the game, and you can find this where you find the Titan worm hives on some planets. And the fleshy rope has a great conversion rate. 1 fleshy rope is 50 nanites. So if you find a planet with those Titan worm burrows, you could just hang out and just keep blasting those and get a bunch of fleshy rope and refine it to nanites. Really, guys, when it comes to earning nanites the fun way, and fun, is gonna vary depending on what you think is fun and what I think is fun. But for me, this game ultimately is about exploration. So if you could tie the things together, I think you'll enjoy it a lot more. I mean, like I said in the beginning, there are ways to cheat nanites, to dupe nanites, and if you want to do it that way, that's fine as well. There's plenty of videos that'll teach you how to dupe nanites, or, lots of tricky ways to get a lot of nanites. So feel free to do it that way if you don't have the time to do it this way. But I think just as far as enjoying No Man's Sky for what it is, earning nanites by exploring and doing missions, I think, is your best bet. Because not only are you going to build your nanite bank account, you're also going to build your unit bank account. You're also going to rank up with the different alien guilds and trade guild and whatever all those other ones they have at the space station. And now with the new freighters, guys, and the scanner on the freighter, you can just warp to a system and scan that entire system from the freighter, and that's 50 nanites right there. Now, not a lot, but you could just warp if you wanted and get nanites. So, yes, there are many different ways. Some faster than others, some more cheaty than others, and I'd say do whatever fits your play style, but for me, I just wanted to put this out there to show you how I enjoy No Man's Sky and how I enjoyed building my nanite bank account as big as it is. And a good majority of it was from exploring. Now, I do have some nanite farms as well. I have a runaway mold farm that you're all welcome to visit. There it is. Check it out. and you can go there and visit. You know, there's plenty of public runaway mold farms you can visit as well. But as far as I'm concerned, playing the game and exploring and knocking out those missions while you're earning nanites is probably, in my opinion, the funnest way to earn nanites. And you'll get to see a lot of the game and see a lot of cool stuff that you probably have not seen up to this point. I'm assuming this guide would mainly be for players who are like, you know, middle game, like, you know, you finished the Atlas Path and the Artemis story, and now you're kind of off on your own looking for what you should do. So there you have it, guys. In my opinion, that's the funnest way to earn nanites. Once again, I am Xxiou from Xxiou Games YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this kind of content and you want more of it. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.